if you've got your thermostat set at 76, we think that's wrong. We're going to set it at 80 or 82. It's total surveillance going in now. And you've got Prince Charles and his dad, Prince Philip, with literally, last time I checked, 40-plus aircraft, multiple private trains, their own giant yachts the size of ocean liners. They're just palaces everywhere. They've got palaces that are hundreds of square miles of land and buildings. And they grow their own organic food behind those walls. But you don't take a shower. And you watch, they're already starting to propose it, putting taxes on even having a hot tub, a swimming pool, or a bathtub in your house. And in Europe, they're already passing laws to ban or tax fireplaces and space heaters. Total feudalism. We'll be right back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit efoodsdirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
What do you mean I don't believe in God? Talk to him every day. What do you mean I don't support?
Okay, to be clear, Bob Chapman's coming up in about 27 minutes to break down quantitative easing 2. Why that's plunging the dollar. Then 30 minutes into that interview, he'll stay with us. We're going to have Lindsey Williams come on. He can now reveal the other information that Mr. X gave him because he can't get a hold of Mr. X, who told him he was set to die. The doctors had told him in the next few weeks he believes he's dead.
and he's now allowed to reveal his identity. We've known his identity for a long time. Other people had figured it out, but it's not widely known. We'll confirm it today and give you any of the other key intel that Lindsey Williams can now reveal. We have a free video stream. We do this occasionally to give you an idea of what PrisonPlanet.tv members and viewers are seeing at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. That video stream box is up there on the site. I would love to always have it free, but when we did the 27-hour marathon and had a free video box up, it cost us more than $3,000 in bandwidth to supply that to the 150,000 individual IPs that logged in and watched it, over 200,000 total connections to the video box in those 27 hours of live transmission. And so that's obviously why we have PrisonPlanet.tv. It's an armory of resistance. It is a place where my book, Paul Watson's book, all of my films, expanded extras that are not in the films are on PrisonPlanet.tv. The archive of all of the simulcast in the last 4.5 years of the radio show in full living video color, and so much more. All of these original interviews that we have been going around in the last 2 years and doing more than 40 interviews in the 2 films I've been working on. I've just decided to go ahead and take those interviews basically in whole, ahead of them coming out in snippets in the films, and dump them all on PrisonPlanet.tv. Going up today, the never-before-seen interviews with Jesse Ventura and Willie Nelson together. That's going up today at PrisonPlanet.tv. Dr. Russell Blaylock, an in-depth hour-plus interview with him in person on the toxins in our food and environment and how it's been done by design by the eugenicists. That's going up next week. Just a bunch of other videos for PrisonPlanet.tv members. And then we have Gary Franchi. He's also going to be on with us. Joe Rogan in studio in the 4th hour of Overdrive. We are also going to have Michelle, I'm not going to say her last name, she's worked here 5 years in customer service, who flew for the first time with her 2 young daughters, and they were all fondled for refusing to go through the naked body scanners. That's one of the top stories up on the Drudge Report right now. Very appreciative for Drudge picking up on this, because in that 11-minute video snippet from the live show yesterday on Overdrive, it really illustrates the waterfront of what's happening with these body scanners and the incredible off-the-chart violation of our humanity, our dignity, our space in the name of fighting terrorism, literally now fondling, palms up, the genitals, the breast, everything. No one is putting their hands on my genitals. And they admit they want to do this on the street with mobile vans. They want to introduce this in the schools and the malls. This is training a giant army of people that think it's normal to do this, and training everyone who flies to put up with it. And Homeland Security's admitted that. Now, I've got climate, energy, and environment section. I've got the health section. I've got the police state section. I've got the incredible war on terror section, U.S. world politics section, the aftermath of the election. I have the naked body scanning info that we're going to be getting into as people really get angry, as airline heads come out and say it's garbage, as Italy removes them. You notice the globalists through Anwar al-Awlaki, their admitted CIA officer, launches all these new parcel bombs blowing up in places like Greece and France. Every time we say no to this, you notice Anwar al-Awlaki, the admitted CIA agent, starts attacking. This is as phony as a $3 bill. That is all coming up. But ahead of Bob Chapman joining us in about 22 minutes from now, I wanted to get into this right now. Bank holiday rumors swirl amidst currency crisis. And all of us that have backup reserves in our businesses, that have backup reserves in banks, or, you know, even if you are engaged in the noble profession of hard work, digging post holes or cleaning toilets, anybody can move into silver. And it is now time for people to realize they are in the process of killing the dollar and every other major currency ahead of this new SDR they've announced as their solution to the problem they created. With the world on the verge of a currency war, it's actually already going on, as the Federal Reserve follows through with its dollar-killing quantitative easing program, rumors are once again swirling of a bank holiday during which U.S. citizens will be prevented from withdrawing money, or at least limited in the amount of withdrawal they can make, and then afterwards it's devalued. The bank holiday is rumored to be set for next week. Yeah, well, there's rumors flying around that nukes are going to go off tomorrow. I don't believe it. But this is a bank holiday in that they're already devaluing the currency. Why shut down the bank to do it? Though Bob Chapman, a year and a half ago here, said that he saw it on the horizon for a bank holiday within 2 years, and he has sources in the federal government and, most importantly, in the embassies, where a year and a half ago they said, get away from having dollars in your vaults. These embassies have weapons, surveillance gear, currencies, gold, drugs, in case a country falls. And he has confirmed from multiple sources that a year and a half ago, they went from almost 100% dollars in their vaults for during collapse to an index of other currencies and gold, and went away from the dollar ahead of a dollar collapse. So we're going to talk to Bob Chapman about that. So we'll be discussing that, limiting the amount of money customers can withdraw or blocking their facility altogether reminds us of a Citigroup advisory that was sent out to customers at the start of the year, which stated that the bank reserved the right to require 7 days advance notice before permitting a withdrawal from all checking accounts. The story stoked fears of the financial interruptions and institutions were preparing for bank runs. Continuing, this is out of Cyber News Service. We also have it up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Bankruptcy of the U.S. is a mathematical certainty, says former CEO of nation's 10th largest bank, John Allison. I want to get John Allison on if we can, guys. And we have that video clip up there on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com if you want to see that. Again, I'm going to go over all this with Bob coming up. This is the Financial Times of London. Brazil ready to retaliate for U.S. move in currency war. Brazil, the country that fired the gun on the so-called currency wars, is girding itself for further battle. Brazilian officials, from the president down, have slammed the Federal Reserve decision to depress U.S. interest rates by buying billions of dollars of government bonds, warning that it could lead to retaliatory measures. It's no use throwing dollars out of a helicopter, their finance minister said on Thursday. The only result is to devalue the dollar to achieve greater competitiveness on international markets. Continuing here, at a joint press conference with the president-elect, outgoing President Del Silva said on Wednesday he would travel the G20 summit in Seoul with the finance minister, ready to take all the necessary measures to not allow our currency to become overvalued and to fight for Brazil's interest. They'll have to face two of us this time, he said. The finance minister went on to state the last time there was a series of competitive devaluations, it ended in World War II. Again, we'll get Bob Chapman's take on all of this coming up. Here's another one. Oil above $87 a barrel in Asia, at highest since early May because of dollar devaluation. Gold surging to all-time high, silver surging. Fed bond move spurs backlash from Asia to Europe, AP. China, Germany, Brazil warned the Federal Reserve's move to inject money into the U.S. economy might harm the rest of the world, though Beijing said Friday the tactic was understandable because of slow recovery. Here's another one, CNBC. Now, this is the scary one. Dollar at risk of crashing, triggering inflation. Federal Reserve policies have put the U.S. dollar at risk of crashing, which will hammer consumers through higher prices. Investors should brace for a much weaker dollar by diversifying out of the greenback, what did I just say, and into